Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pre-Market Live Show. Today is Tuesday, January 21st. The heat map switched over. It's all green except Apple. I don't know what's going on there with Apple, but it is definitely down there. I have to check this thing out. AAPL down $4.80, down to $225, and it is at the bottom right there. So I'm not sure what happened to Apple this morning, but they are struggling there in China, and they're going to lose the iPhone war apparently over there. So that's pretty interesting. They're getting beat out with their iPhone sales in China. So we'll go through and see what's going on with everything else. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. How about that show last night with Zach Morris? Wow, what a show. 2.5 hours. And just went through everything you could ever imagine. Just a good dude. You listen to it. Everyone seems to think he's gotten in trouble for pumping dumps, and that's why I wanted to have him on there. And we went over all that stuff. So if you didn't listen to last night's Spaces, definitely check it out. 2.5 hours and a lot of action-packed info in there. So go ahead, check it out. And then at 7:30, when we're done this show, check out my YouTube page because my interview with Joe Exotic will be up, and that's interesting. So you got to hear what this guy has to say. It's wild what's going on in that case. So let's go ahead and look at the market. A lot of crazy stuff going on besides the stock market. And here we go. Let's look at our Jolie's jumpers right here and see what's going on real fast. Let's see what Agrify's doing. Is it moving this morning? Because this thing was getting set up here, AGFY. And let's see what it's up to, AGFY. Might not be moving this morning, and some of these might not be exactly flying up yet because we're coming off of the holiday weekend, and so they don't always get moving. Hold on, let me open up the Trend Spider again. It doesn't seem to be working at the second. Let me just open it back up and relaunch it here. Gotta love technology. It's great, but then when it don't work, you're like, what is going on? But yeah, Agrify, here we go. 26.15. It is setting up right there. Does not look like it's moving yet. And it still has January 17th date. It was like so long ago that the market was open. A lot happened. I mean, we have a new president already. So, all right, let's go through and check these bad boys out. ALLK. Let's see what's happening here. ALLK did spike up. Looks like Friday. It might be hard for a list this morning, and but we'll go through and see what Asian Jolie sent over for her Jolie's jumpers, just being after the holiday weekend. I'm not so sure, but this one jumped up here. Let me just hop on here real quick. I just want to look and see what the top gainers are at the moment. Just like I said, Asian Jolie gives us a great list every day, but we just had a 3-day weekend and a new president, so it could be a little hard this morning to have a lot of like a good popper list, just because everything's so off, and it'll get set back up and start moving again. But so let's look. EONR, this thing's popped up here. It's up like 86 cents. TPET, there you go. TPET. We were definitely looking at that thing and mad early on there. So that's TPET, that Trio Petroleum. That thing's moving. And it went 224 to 322 this morning. It's back to 284. So TPET, TPET, definitely moving there. There's DWTX has popped up. There's VATE, that one's jumped up there. And TEM, that one's popping up. That looks like a good momentum runner right there. Looks like it should stay. CJET, not looking too bad. CJET, and that one's curling up and running up there. So a couple ones that are just popping up. And again, we'll go through our Jolie's jumpers list, but I just wanted to look at what was really moving. And again, she gives us a great list, but today's just an odd day, to be honest with you. So I just wanted to look at that. AMOD, keep your eye on this thing. This thing looks great. AMOD. It looked really good there on Friday. Let's see if it's doing anything. It is up today. It's moving already. 255. It came down a little bit, but on Friday it looked really good. 190 to 295, and was trying to get through that 20 right there. So AMOD not looking bad. That BTCS, this Bitcoin capital thing, capital market Bitcoin BTCS. This one's getting moving, guys. So keep your eye on this as crypto is getting cruising there. So this thing was flying up there Friday. This morning, 367 to 388. Came down into the 320s, but it's in the 359 range right now. So that's BTCS and BTCT. That should be another one. Oh, yeah, that's the computer hardware one. We saw this super early, and this one was curling up there on Friday. Let's see what it's doing. Looks like just a tiny bit of pullback, but it is looking pretty healthy. Friday, like I said, it did run. It ran what 493 to 990, and then today $8 to 854. It came down into the 706 area, and it's at 726. So that's at BTCT. We saw that super early, and it ran up over $25. So now it looks like it's trying to curl back up after it had that pullback there. And CJET, there you go. We just talked about it, and this one is flying up here, so keep your eye on CJET, not looking too bad. And it did run on Friday, 172 to 250, and then kept its momentum today and ran 242 to 265, and then it pulled back. So we'll have to see how it opens. Like I said, it doesn't look bad. It's just hitting that 20 and 50 right there. See if it could push through, and it'll be pretty good. The CRKN was definitely looking good the other day. Let's see what it's doing here. It's up a penny, and yeah, keep your eye on CRKN because I saw mentioned this one last night, and it is up 15 to 20 this morning. It looks like so. There you go, guys, and it's came back to 12. It's at 14. Remember, we were talking about Zach Morris even said the same thing. He said he's going to be done with the penny stocks after these last couple that he's into. And here you go. That's the reason why I mentioned this last night. 15 to 20 cents. Great pop if you're up at 4 a.m. to trade it. Is it going to continue to run up? It looks like it should. But again, these things are just crazy anymore. It's like a whole different market. So you got to kind of adapt and know what style can work for your life and not force things. DATS, that good old DAT chat, looks like it is down this morning, but it did look like it had some good momentum going into today. And today it went 540 to 547 and down to 471. It's at 508. I guess it's not too bad, but it did pull back. We'll see if it can get curled up. It does look like it's based out and it should try to move back up there. So it could just be like a little pullback this morning after the holiday weekend and all. GSIT was looking good here. And let's see, I think it's still trying to move. Friday, it really ran 312 to 490. And then this morning, 374 to 390. It's at 375 now. So it's actually up a penny. It ran up, pulled back, and then is up 1 penny. So that's a good look there for GSIT, and that's a semiconductor company, so keep your eye on that. Good old Hoth. Let's look at that HOTH because that thing was flying up the other day. It's coming down to the MACD down here, and we'll have to see if it wants to roll off. Let me see what that looks like. It probably will try to roll off. A lot of them are doing that and rolling off, so running up, pulling back, coming down to the MACD and rolling off. Hoth looks like it wants to do it. HUT, HUT. Let's see, HUT. Oh, let me type it in. Here we are. It's up 3 cents, and it was looking good the other day. Let me just take a better look at it here. It is moving. It ran up on Friday 27.29 up to 29.28. It's at 26.95 right now, and it's not looking bad. It opened at 26.81. And it doesn't look bad at all. That HUT, so that is HUT. And KITT, good old Nauticus Robotics, Aerospace and Defense. It is making a base. It did run up there. And again, these things like to run up and then come down. This one went through the MACD, but it is curling back up. It's got to get back up over this 20, which is like at that 250 area. It's at 238. And then it's going to get rolling again. So keep your eye on this. And I will check out aerospace and defense today and a couple other sectors. Now that Trump is in office, we'll see what things look like. That NUKK, that that thing was running up like crazy. Let's see what it's trying to do this morning. It's pulling back a little bit, 31.49 down to 28.21, 28.21. It's at 29.53. So this one may pull back. It has to cross through. I'm not so sure it's going to right now. Could just be building that base up and getting between this channel right here. That's a big old channel, like 1420 something to basically where it's at, 29.56. So that's a pretty big swing right there, and it can do it a bunch of times. We'll keep an eye because that could be a great one just to play around with. Why it's swinging into that channel right there. VATE. This one's up $1.26. This is a nice Jolie's jumper right here. Let's see what it's doing. Um, VATE, Innovate. And yeah, it ran up Friday really good there, 505 to 862. It closed at 807, and this morning 790 to 855. It's back into the 630. So it did run up and pull back. You can see it did. It does look like it may have to pull back to set up again, but that's VATE, not looking too bad. And that's ZEO. That one's up a little bit, and we had mentioned this one last week, ZEO. So take a look at this thing. It did run up there on Friday, and it went 293 to 437 this morning, 347 to 353. It's just sitting at 337. It's crossed through. It just has a little healthy pullback look, and we'll have to see how that looks as the market moves. But ZEO, keep an eye on it. Zeo Energy, it's a solar company, and it's not looking bad to try to run up here, and it is getting set up as well. So there you go, your Jolie's jumpers. Thank you very much, Asian Jolie. Greatly appreciate them. And now let's see. I do believe we do have some laptop lowdowns here. So let's just run through these bad boys and then we'll check out the market and see what it looks like under President Trump. ADTX, let's see. This one was trying to get moving the other day. It was looking pretty good. And let's see what it looks like. It's at 13 cents and it's just sitting right there today. It does not look like it's moving yet. Like I said, just sitting at that 13 cents. We'll keep an eye on it. It's trying to get out of that basement, and it will eventually. Maybe it will today. I'll look at it. It has a little bit of a pullback look this morning, but we'll see how it wants to go. ADTX, AIFU. Let's see what that one's doing here. AIFU. That one's curled down in the base. Oh, yeah, this one was curling up. We've been watching it move up a little bit. It's just sitting there flat. AIFU. And actually, it's down a little bit. Nah, 38, where to close at? It closed at 41. It is down just a hair, but it is curling up right here, looking really good at AIFU. We've been watching it curl up real slowly. CLRB, Collector Biosciences is another one. This one's getting to be in a good spot almost. Looks like it's trying to base out and bottom out there, 23 cents. It's at 24. Still in the basement and not looking bad for that CLRB. So keep an eye on that one as well, because that one's going to get set up there. And let's take a look at IGMS here and see what IGMS is doing this morning. IGMS is IGM Biosciences. Looks similar to the CLRB, to be honest with you. Chart wise anyway. IGMS still in the bottom, curling up really good, guys. Keep your eye on that one. It's just slowly, but it is curling up. IZM, this one's an interesting one. Looks like a shell company. It's not, but it had run up back in April, had a crazy run. What did it get up to? Like $51 or over that. It was wild. It's at $1.47. It's been down here and it's way in the basement. IZM might be a really good one to keep an eye on because it is curling up, getting set up right there, and it's going to run. So watch that thing. JSPR. Here we go, Jasper Therapeutics, and another one down there with a big old curl up. So keep your eye on Jasper because it's looking really good, JSPR, and this list is looking solid. You know, some of these will run big time. So Leafly, FLFY. Let's see what Leafly is up to. And it took a huge dip. Was that today? And that looks like it was Friday. I didn't even look at it. What did they? Oh, is this? Didn't they get delisted or something? Is that? I know someone just got delisted. Yeah, they just got delisted. That's why. Good old Leafly. I did know that, as a matter of fact. So yeah, that one it was set up, but now you're on the OTC, so that one's gonna have to re change itself. But they did just get delisted. That's Leafly, LFLY, and they didn't maintain the $500,000 or whatever in and whatever profit, whatever you got to do. I forget what it is. I actually covered it today, this week on High on Wall Street. So I was like, wait a second, they just got delisted. I actually knew that. Okay, you are. Here we go. That one's down in the basement setting up here. So, okay, you are is way down there. What it do? Is that Friday? It ran around 696 down to 575. So it did dip down pretty good there on Friday. So we'll watch for that. Maybe that's a dip and rip. It's not looking bad right there. RTC, another one we've looked at for a couple days, and it's curling up really good right there. So that's RTC, and it is starting to look really good. So keep your eye on that. And that's DST. Let's see. It's at 204. It's way in the bottom there. That Stardust power. We said it would get some Stardust power going on, and it's just pulling back. Wait for it to curl up. It was really trying to move back here on January 8th and 10th, and then it just hit that and came down. So we'll have to keep an eye on that Stardust, but you know it'll get some Stardust power. SIG, let's see. Up 29 cents. This one's curling up. Big curl up here. It's at 57.77. And yeah, it's getting set up. It's way down there. That's SIG. And YMAB. Let's see. YMABS Therapeutics is down in the basement and getting set up down here. So YMAB, and take a look at this. It is curling up there, 625 to 631. It's at 616 and looking decent right there to try to get moving. And there you go for our laptop lowdown, our down and neglected one, our laptop lowdowns right there. Thank you very much, Laptop Travel. Greatly appreciate that list. That one's a great list. And again, the market looks red and Spy. Apple's way down. So I'm imagining the Spy is up, but not Apple. So let's take a look at things and see what's going on here. Let's see what your SPY is doing this morning. It is up $2.14. It's looking good under President Trump right now. So let's go ahead and see what these companies want to open up like under a new president. Let's see what Apple, we just looked at it, but it's down 495, and maybe it's hitting that bottom now. Like I said, they're getting smoked in iPhone sales. Apple's China struggles deepen as iPhone sales plunge, and this company HUAWEI reclaims the top spot. Hui or something like that. I don't know what you call that company, but they're apparently beating Apple over there in iPhone sales or phone sales anyway. Obviously, smartphone sales. So yeah, Apple getting crushed right there. And so we'll be keeping our eye on that for the bottom because that one could be a great opportunity on its way back up. Amazon's up 249. It was looking good to curl up. It looks solid. Good old Google. Let's see what Google's up to here. GOG. That's up 93 cents. It's hitting some resistance. Google may have to pull back a hair before it can really pop up there. So keep an eye on that. Meta up $1.23. It's just flat. It's setting up to curl up. It has a little bounce around time, but it's getting set up really good right there. So Meta is looking good. Microsoft, MSFT, that's up $1.96. It's been looking good. It's been running up here. And let's just see what it looks like. Yeah, it did run up on Friday. It got up to that 434, and this morning it's at 431, but still wants to get moving there. So that's looking decent. Nvidia, good old Nvidia is up 69 cents to a 138.40, and it is curling up. Let's see if it can get through that MACD line. It looks like it should. We'll have to see. It is right in between that channel, 137 and like 139. It's at 138, and it does look like it's trying to get squeezed up there. So keep an eye on the video. Maybe it'll have a little dip and rip, but it is getting set up. It looks like it wants to pop. And Tesla, that one's up $9, and it's curling through and getting moving. So there you go with Tesla. Elon, anything he's doing is going to be moving right there now. Let's look at our AMC and them guys real quick. Like I said, that Chewy's been looking good. AMC's just sitting there. GameStop's up 6 cents, and Chewy CHWI is up 50 cents. And this thing looks great, guys. I'm telling you, something's going on with that CHWI. Let's run through our semiconductors. AVGO is up 310, looking really good right there to curl up. I must say that looks nice. MU is down 25 cents. That has a little bit of pullback look on it. And where am I here? TSM, that bad boy's up at $1.87. It did run to its all-time high, and it's crossed over. It looks like it wants to still move. I could see TSM continuing its way up right there. And how about SMCI? This thing was getting set up. It's up 38 cents and not looking too bad right there. AMD up 69 cents, getting set up for real. This one's going to go up a little bit, pull back, and get really set up for AMD. And that QCOM was setting up. It's up $1.69, looking good as it curls up there. So that QCOM's been looking good. And Intel's been looking crazy. It's up 39 cents, and it's running up a little bit more. So there you go with Intel. And let's see what that snow is doing. It's up at $1.98. It's curling up and looking good to get up into that top area. So that is snow. Let me take a look at a couple of these. SMX, some people asked about some yesterday, and I did not catch them. SMX did have a split, huh? I didn't even notice on January 15th. So we're definitely keeping our eye on that one. That one had run up for us really nice there, and obviously pull back, split, and we'll watch for that to get set up. So let me see how that opens up today. But it looks like it bottomed out on that split at 431. You're at 536 right now. 521 mine says, and it is just trying to get set up. So I'll keep an eye on that one today. The CUTR, someone was asking about that one. Let's take a look at Cuteria or Cutter or something. It's a medical device company. And that one's a good one to look at, guys, because that one is setting up here. It was running up there on Friday. It went 42 to 49, and it ended up closing at 47. This morning it's at 48 and looking pretty healthy. So you might want to keep your eye on that CUTR. That could be cutting its way up there. Gets through this 20 right here at about 52 cents. The high 52s make it even closer to 53. Things popping. So keep your eye on CUTR. Looking good. How about that BHAT? And this thing is going to get set up. 3 offerings in 1 week. It's at the bottom. It's curling, and it's getting set up here. So it's at 6 cents. And keep an eye on that bad boy. That's at BHAT. Let's see what's going on in the market. CRKN, again, moving up there. It's up 2 cents at EONR. We went through a couple of these. ASST, that one we were all over. It's up over almost 100% right there. Super early on that guy. And it did run 51 to 108. It's at 91. So there you go with that assist, because we definitely had that one. How about NIVF? Pull back, but trying to get moving. HSDT, another one we were early on, that Helios Medical Technologies. That one's popped up over 70%. CGBS is looking good. That Rhyme is getting set up down there, and T-Pets flew up, so that's another one we were early on. We were watching that ACON as it pulled back pretty nice right there. And let's look at that GCTK down a hair, but it should get moving. It looks like MicroStrategy's moving because MSTU is up. I see that right there. And that RGTI looks like it's up a little bit. So we basically looked at all these guys, and let's see what DJT and MicroStrategy are doing. It looks like DJT is down 212 to 37.90, and it could be hitting that 20 to try to bounce back up. It is getting set up though up here, almost up over $50. So we'll keep an eye on DJT and MSTR, good old MicroStrategy. That's down $3, but it looks pretty decent right there. So we'll go through our crypto real quick and see what's going on. That's our market. Let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll pop up the messages here and we'll see what's going on. Here we go. Let me just take a quick look at crypto. Hop in here. It does look like Bitcoin's at 104, 104,352 it is right now. Let me see what this chart setup looks like. And it looks like it wants to go higher. That's what it looks like it wants to do to me. It looks like it just wants to go up. So let's look at Ethereum's at 3,312. And let's see what that wants to do. It's in that channel, and it is trying to curl back up right there. And Ethereum is looking better as well. Not bad. It's in that channel, not looking bad. So looking good to try to continue its way up. Could be bouncing around. Ripple's at 314, it says. Let's see. And Ripple did run up really nice, pulled back, and it looks like it's trying to run back up. It looks super bullish here. It could have a little pullback, but it is bullish right there on Ripple. And Solana's at 241 right here. And let's just take a look at the chart if I can bring it up here. And Solana did run up like crazy, obviously, with that Trump coin being on it. It got way up into the 70, pulled back, and it looks like it's trying to curl back up. And that's the crazy thing with crypto. They run up in the 70 and they just keep going. Even when they top out, they want to keep going, and they do. So you have to keep your eye on it and like really watch these things because they're hard to judge sometimes when they're way up there. And sometimes you just lock in some profits as they go up and wait for a little pullback. But these things are going to be moving, guys. You guys know Solana's my biggest position I have. And I have a big one on it, and I'm looking forward to it to go flying because I've always liked it. I thought it would be the big runner on this cycle. I've said it before and talked about it. So there you go with Solana. Cardano's back to $1.88, and let's just see what that one is doing. And Cardano actually pulled back under that 50 right there. It's trying to work its way back up. It could pull back. I'll keep an eye on Cardano right there. And Doge is at 38. And honestly, with the Trump coins and Melania and all these things, Barron and all these coins, it's kind of throwing off a lot of these guys. I'm not gonna lie. But I think that will have its run, all them crazy meme ones, and then these will get picked back up and get moving. Doge is looking good right here. So that looks like it's trying to curl back up. And let's take a look. Sheeb is down real quick. Sheeb's pulling back here. Not looking so great. It did pull back to the 200, and it should be basing out there. It was trying to get cruising the other day as the Trump coins got moving, and then that one just hit that resistance and pulled back for Sheeb. Let's look at Bonk. BONK. This was trying to run up the other day, and let's see. It is down 11%. And it did run up pretty nice right there. Came back almost to the 200, and it's going to get set up. So Bonk will get set back up right there. And that WIF, let's take a quick peek at that one real fast. That's at $1.42. It's a good thing your wife got out of that thing, laptop travel, because it just keeps pulling back here. And I'm glad to see that she put it in Ripple because that went up. So that was a good call on your wife's part. And so there you go. And let me take a look and see what's going on here. A bunch of them. Let me try to run through some of these and see what you guys want to look at. And again, I greatly appreciate everyone hanging out at 7 a.m. And anyone that caught the show last night, it was a wild, great show. Learned a lot about Zach Morris and just a lot in general. I mean, we talked about penny stocks and everything pretty much, a lot of crypto. So if you didn't catch it, definitely check that out. And again, at 7:30 right about now, I think check out my YouTube page, and it could be popping up the Exotic Joe interview. So that should be popping up any minute. So we'll keep an eye on that because I'm pretty sure I set it for 7:30, 7:45. I forget what I set it for. I did set it for some time to pop up there. So keep your eye on that bad boy as well. It's a crazy interview. I'm telling you. It's just interesting. He caught me off guard. He was supposed to call at 11, and obviously he's in federal prison. So I was like, oh, he probably won't make it right at 11. I shot him a message like, oh, I'm around anytime you can call. And I was just sitting there for like probably about 40 minutes, all set up, ready. And I'm like, oh, the inauguration was coming on. So I went upstairs, started watching it with my wife. And then all of a sudden I get this call and I'm like, oh, crap, I totally forgot. I was, you know, how my brain injury is. And I'm like, oh, shit. And so I take the call, run downstairs, and it's like, hey, you got a call from federal prison. I'm like, whoa, that's pretty wild, huh? And so, yeah, so he hops on. And so I was just kind of running around at the very beginning and just asked him a couple quick questions, but it gets really, really good in the middle and the end. And you got to hear what he says. It's wild. I mean, it's just crazy, guys. I can't believe the guy's still in jail. And he seems like such a nice guy. I'm not going to lie. We all watched the documentary in his series. I mean, like I was saying, we were all stuck in the house watching it together. I remember how big it was. I don't watch any TV, and I watched that whole entire series and and everything else about it. So I followed it, and I just feel bad for the guy. And then to find out he has cancer, and yeah, it's just crazy. And like I say, if you watch the press conference from that attorney, you're talking Jerry Jones's personal attorney for the Dallas Cowboys. This guy, I mean, he just has evidence. I don't even know how the guy's sitting there, but there you go. You can check that bad boy out because, like I said, it should be updating or uploading real soon. So yeah, you guys can look and see that, and I'll post it out there. So let's go ahead and check out some things. Luis Rodriguez, thanks for tuning in last night. He said it was a great discussion. Appreciate that. Let's look at a couple of these bad boys real quick. F Disco wants to see PLMR. Let me take a look at this. It is moving up there. That's a good one that's setting up. Let's see if it's moving this morning. PLMR. That does look like today. Yeah. No, it's actually Friday's. It was curled up there moving, and it's at that 110.37 is where it was, and it looks pretty good for PLMR. VIK, let's see what VIK's doing here. That one's running up too. It looks like it's going to hit that top area, VIK. Viking Holdings could get right up into that top. Does look pretty strong right there. That's also Friday's date, so they're not really set up. And like I said, that's expected after a 3-day weekend. That Geo is up though. It's in the top, so be careful. It's going to have some pullback. But again, we knew it was running up. That's one of the ones that the guys from Wolf was talking about, and they did their research on that. It's a solid company, you can tell. It's just run up there a lot. So you know we like to run the poppers often. I don't see FNKY. Let me know if that one's something different there. Barber wants to see a couple. Let's look at that TRNR and see what that's doing. Interactive strength. I'm telling you, this thing looks like it's really good, guys. This could be a really good runner this week. So keep an eye on it. This TRNR. It looks like it is trying to get set up into that channel and get moving. Let's see what Pet's doing. That was looking pretty good last week in that channel, trying to get set up. So PET, I would say, is trying to get set up right there. I don't know if it's doing anything yet. Nah, not moving yet, but it does look pretty good right there for PET and our good old E-Lab. Let's see what that's up to, 213. And that one's in a good spot. I know it's been bouncing around, and it looks like it is trying to get set back up. Let me look at it today. Had a little bit of pullback look today, actually. It was looking great. It does have 212 to 213. It's at 213. I'll take a look at it, but it just has a little bit of a pullback look. It is up, but it could easily just get cruising too. So that's E-Lab, ABVE, this above food ingredients we've been looking at. We've watched this thing for a long time now, but it did run up there on Friday, I believe. Let me just double check that and see. Yeah, because that has today 65 to 58. It's at 59 and not looking too bad, but it did run up there on Friday. Maybe it pulls back a hair. And that KAVL, let's see what that's doing right here. That thing's curling up pretty nice. KAVL and not look. Well, it did run up here on the 14th. I'd have to look at this today. It's like bouncing around. It looks like it wants to run, and at the same time, it looks like it could pull back a hair. So that's at KAVL. I'll take a look at that one. And there you go, Barbara and BHAT. We just look. No, we didn't. What did I look at? Yeah, I did look. I was gonna say, didn't I just look at this? But yeah, it's right at the bottom, curling up. It's gonna get set up, guys, and that bottom is going to be 5 cents, right over 5.5. So it got down there on January 15th. So that's probably going to be your bottom right there for B hat. Luis Rodriguez has a couple good ones. We talked about 10 this morning. I mentioned it. It is up 604, and it is looking really good right there. Tempest AI. So keep an eye on that one to try to keep moving. CAVA. Let's see what that's doing. That one's getting set up, huh? CAVA up $1 right there, and that's looking really nice. It's getting into that channel. It can easily run up to that 129. It's at 119. So I'm going to keep an eye on Cava Group, BBAI, that big bear that's been setting up and running. It's curling up and looking good. I think that one's going to move there, Luis Rodriguez. I don't see why it doesn't. It's at what, 402. It went 404 to 423 and came back a little bit, and that's where it's at. But it's looking pretty good to try to get curled up. If it doesn't, it'll bounce down a little bit and get reset up right there. PSQH. I know we were looking at this. Did that have that big pullback or something? QSQH. No, it had a nice little setup here. We were looking at it, and it's been running up. That's right. We started looking at it on the 15th, like Wednesday, right before that. And today it is looking like it wants to curl through PSQH. So keep an eye on this one. I know we were looking at it. And what it do today, 496 to 510. It's at 460. And again, these things are a little odd on this Monday morning. So I'll look at all of these today and see what we're looking like. Netflix, they have earnings today, huh? They sure do. And it's up 750 and it looks real good. So I'd say Netflix, I don't like earnings, but Netflix is looking really good to pop up there. So keep your eye on that one. Good old Lockheed Martin, LMT, up another $2. We knew this thing was going to move. We knew the bottom was right here at 461. It's at 492 right now, guys. So that's the way you do it right there. And Pelosi just purchased $140 call options on 114.25. So you know this bad boy is going to be going up, and that is PANW. PANW, that Palo Alto network, is curling up looking great right there. So again, she's either the greatest stock chart reader in the history of stocks, because she's even better than me. She's better than everybody, all of us combined. I'll tell you that. Put me and Zach Morris together and everybody else that does this and picks poppers. Put us together and she blows us out the water, guys. It's like insane what goes on. So don't tell me about pump and dumps and what's going on with insider trading here, because it's insanity. Yeah, you can catch the pump right here when you buy when she does, and then if you watch it when it gets in the news and it's flown up freaking 3,000% because she had it at the bottom, and you get in then and it comes down on you, then guess what? Pelosi just pump and dumped you. So it goes for even big caps, everything. It's just a ridiculous term, and I've said it forever, and we pointed it out. And Zach Morris beat like $117 million case. The SEC just threw it out, had zero evidence, and these guys just laughed at them, at the feds, because literally they destroyed their lives for no reason. You go around, tell people that they're doing all this fake stuff. Like I said, this guy's like trying to walk around town just living normal life and making a ton of money. He's made more millionaires than fucking public schools ever done. And yeah, and then they're like, oh yeah, pump and dump. Well, can we put Pelosi in that category too, and call her the biggest pump and dumper in the history of life because it's insane. So there's my take on it. And I know everybody, I had to post to a few people because everyone's like, oh, didn't he get in trouble? I'm telling you, look at the show. Even when you Google, he was saying it. Nobody's retracted anything they've ever said about the dude, and he got in zero trouble, guys. I mean, zero. He literally made the SEC. He changed they can't go after people because of this guy. So everybody that does it should thank him because they had the opportunity to go after everybody, and then when he beat them for $117 million and pointed out that there's no such thing as a pump and dump, and he wasn't even doing anything crazy. Like he said, he was taking losses and not even selling them at the top and pulling the rug. And yeah, they tried to crush him and just crazy stuff. And then you look at Pelosi right here, what that's going on. Like she didn't know that something was going on with that company. I mean, Jesus, crazy stuff. CGBS looking real good right there. Tessering, it is up what 6 cents right here. So take a look at that CGBS. It did run up 85 to 120. It's at 81 right now. And again, it did run up. It looks like it's still pretty good to keep running. So we'll look at it today, but it did look really good. Ran up, and we'll have to see that NUKK. It is trying to get set back up. It looks like it's down $1, and that had that huge run up. So obviously, Friday it ran up from like 30 to 39. Right now it's at 28. Not looking bad. It could pull back though to get set up. So don't chase that one just yet there. BHAT we did, and I think I got a lot of them. I'm trying to scroll through. There's definitely a ton of messages and stuff and comments. Thanks to Zach Morris because he has a huge audience. So anyone new tuning in, we appreciate it. And again, we do this every morning at 7 a.m. We just go through the market, see what's popping, what's looking good. Today's a little odd of a day, being off a 3-day weekend, and then you got a new president. So I'll keep you guys updated all day today and make sure we know what's going on. We always do. The market is green except for Apple's getting crushed down there. Apple iPhone sales are getting beat in China. So the Chinese are definitely manhandling Apple as a company. That's for damn sure. So yeah, they're getting beat up, but the rest of the market's looking really good right there. I see a couple other ones I think we threw in. I'll look at these bad boys real quick, and I think we got to everything else. XHG, what is that thing doing? Let's see, XHG. That's at Exchange Tech. I know I was looking at this last week. It was trying to get set up, XHG. And let's see, at 111, yeah, it is trying to get set up here, guys. I'll look at it again today, but definitely a good one to take a look at, FF Disco. And Fubo, that one ran up for us, pulled back, and now it's just trying to hit that MACD line. So I've been watching it to see if it wants to curl up. That ADD had pulled back there. It was like looking great. It did pull back, and I would expect this one to try to get set back up this week and try to get moving right there. So that's at ADD and QNTM. Let's see what that one's doing, that Quantum Biopharma. And I'll take a look at all these, but that one looks like it's curling up really good right here, that QNTM. So it did run around this morning, as a matter of fact. Oh, no, that's Friday, 379 yeah, 379 up to 397. It closed at 350. And this has it at 342. It does look pretty good to curl through and get moving. It has some resistance at that 428 area, but it does look good at 350 to get moving. And that is at QNTM. Let me just see that RGTI and see what it's doing this morning. It looks like it's up, and they're going to curl up. I'll take a look at all these quantum guys and everything today, obviously, so we'll know what's going on later on. And yeah, they could pull back a little bit. And that that CUTR, that cutter or whatever, Cutaria, I did check that out. It is curling up really nice right there. It bounced right off that MACD on Friday. I don't believe it's doing anything just yet. Oh, it was. So Friday it went 42 to 49 and it closed at 47, and today it's just sitting at 48. That's what it was when we looked at it, but it does look really good right there, that CUTR, Adele. So keep an eye on that bad boy. And oil companies should do very well over the next 4 years. I would agree. And we'll go through that list again. We did that Trump list of the sectors and stuff that I thought would look good. So we'll do another thing like that possibly tonight. And again, I'll go through all the sectors and see what's going on here. So there you go, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I'd say that's a pretty good pre-market. We looked at our crypto. Our market's green besides Apple. I mean, almost everything's up right there. And you're welcome, Adele. And yeah, so we're looking good. We did our laptop lowdowns and our Jolie's jumpers. So we got to everything. And there you go. So thank you, everyone. Laptop Travel and Asian Jolie, especially. Thank you for your list. And Green Thumbs and WSTX Confidential, Jay Kratz, Luis Rodriguez, Barbara, Tommy, Kimberly's on there, Doge Mama, who's that? Trade with something. What was that say? Trade with the Greek. There you go. He's looking at options, probably. Game Changer, Sinai, FF Disco. How are you? Johnny's on here. Johnny DeLuca is safe. I'd say so. Sinai and so many other people. Buddy, Innovator, Adele, Lloyd Sense, somebody else. Hold on. What does that even say? Pabs, it says. I couldn't even read that. Tessering, Greg, and so many other people. Thanks for tuning in. All the new people that hung out today. Appreciate you checking it out. Thanks for hanging out last night. I thought it was a great show, and we'll try to do some more of them with Zach Morris and actually look at some charts. I just had so many questions for him. Like I said, I've been intrigued by that guy, and I think a lot of people, I know a lot of people are. He's a walking meme. I mean, the guy just lives a crazy lifestyle. Just a random dude that grew up in my area. I had no idea. And so, yeah, just interesting conversation there last night. Learned a lot. He even told you what he looks at when he's scalping things and the spy and everything. I mean, we went through everything there. So check that show out. It was a long one, but we looked at a lot of stuff. And again, we'll set up some more. I think a lot of people enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. I didn't even watch the football game. I could care less. And Ohio State won that. So there you go, guys. So have a great day. I was just going to go on. What time did I upload the video? I know it's, oh, wait, I'm not even looking at the right thing. Hold on. Let's see. Is the Joe Exotic video up yet? I think I might. Yeah, it's up there. There you go. It's been up for 14 minutes. So I did set it for 7:30. Check it out. I'll tweet it out and everything. Check out that interview I did. I talked to Joe Exotic yesterday, and it is crazy. So there you go, everybody. Nice green market except for Apple. I'll keep you guys posted. Let me know what you're looking at today. And there we go. Let's get rocking and rolling under Trump. So everybody have a great day. Lock in those profits. Trade smart. Goodbye. Good luck. See you later. And have a great day, everybody.